Hey y'all, good morning. It's Cecilia, aka ForRealCeil, what 90 Days Can Do, and MLS Wealth Makers. How are you doing today? So it is so lovely out here. It is only 48 degrees right now, but it feels really great. The air is crisp, it's dry, even though it rained apparently like a lot yesterday. It's a pretty beautiful day. The sky looks great. It's just nice out here. It really feels good. It exudes joy. It really makes me feel joyful. I'm thinking, as I'm driving today, I'm thinking about all my possibilities. I'm thinking about the upcoming event, and I'm excited about that. Like, it's really awesome what's going to happen. And I'm just thinking about my plan because I am going to launch something in March, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So I did some brainstorming. I talked to some people. I got opinions from people that I trust and that I believe they have, good judgment. And I figured out something else. So I think I'm going to go another direction, but still keeping in tune with my initial plan. So it's going to be awesome. I got to tell you. So yeah, I'm thinking I have to jot down a lot of stuff. It's gonna take copious note preparation, planning, scheduling. Um, I don't know whether I'm gonna go chronologically or randomly yet, or topic based or what. But the impact that I want to have will be to enrich people with knowledge and experiences that they may or may have not had in their own life, and that they can relate to or learn from, and help them to get past, through, or cope with an issue or a problem or a memory or a bad feeling or emotion that they may carry from having experienced a certain event. Because again, people have all kinds of toxin in them, and it's not only daily radicals we're talking about baggage. We're talking about, dealing with fears and crises and post traumatic, symptoms from all kinds of issues that people never really get clear of, or they can't wrap their head around. So what I want to do is empower people with the tools and just let them know that there are other people who've experienced certain things, or things that they may have not experienced, but put it into a perspective again, like where I can help build somebody up. I can help make somebody aware of something that they may not have any idea even could happen, or something that they have went through too, so they have an experience and they're like, well, of course, not just me. And I know that this is like a broad topic of things because I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff on TV. I've seen all kinds of weird stuff happen in life, and I say, oh, that could never be me, or this would never be me, or that would never be me. But you never know until your life is played out. So again, God is the author and finisher. People go through different things, and they say that, you'll never have more than you can bear. I don't think that that's true for everybody, but you have to have, you have to be grounded, and you have to have observant character, and you also have to have a relationship with God, because if you don't, then of course you will have things more than you can bear. And even as a Christian, even growing up, going to church, and when my children were young, attending church and getting them in the church, and now I don't visit church on a regular basis. I go to church when I feel like going to church, but my body is a temple. I praise God in my bed. I praise God on my way to work. I give God, glory, and I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior, and I appreciate the power of prayer, the power of congregation, all different types of churches and entities, because again, not only I believe this. I believe that God is a higher power. My Messiah is Christ. all right? For some, that may not be the case. But you have to believe. DC, God said this, I am. He has many different names. You may or may not relate to him by a certain name, but in the end, that God is one God. He is one God. There is no other God. There's only one. And people could call him Samson. They could call him JJ. They could call him, the great I am, and the all, the be all, the end, the all, and Alpha and Omega. He is the beginning and the end, and all of the other names in between. But there is still only one God. And if you believe that there's a higher power and you appreciate earth, land, air, nature, the amazing things found in the ocean and the skies and our world as a whole, and just look at the universe, how it's displayed, you are a believer of God. And he protects babies and fools. Now, I've been both. And they say, what once was will be again, and there's nothing new under the sun. So we have to realize that every single caveat and every single thing that we think of has already been thought of before and played out or brought to fruition. But how? So he makes us unique in different ways. And some of us he makes very odd. Like, for people might look at me and say, wow, she's so strange. She always talking like crazy lady. She talk about this, she talk about that. But that's why my YouTube page is still this and that. I will talk about almost anything, whatever I feel like talking about. Again, like I said, it's that freedom of speech. But I also want to enlighten people. I also want to empower people. I want to give people choices. I want to make people think and have those aha moments, or say, wow, she's right, or maybe she's wrong. Maybe you should think about things in a different way. Whatever it is, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it, because I'm here for growth. I'm not here just to stagnate or just fill the airways with blah, blah, blah. I just want to have an impact on people who need me for whatever that reason is, whether it's just to get through a storm, or just to have a brighter day, or just to have something to joke about or talk about, or just to have something that gives them a thought or an idea, or sparks excitement or growth in them. And then that is what it's all about, really, because the media is super powerful. It's really strong. The internet and having access to networking in this manner is like absolutely crazy. And right now, the way marketing and things go on, and the way that entrepreneurship is booming because of a failing economy, and just all the other things that we go through, having the job, and we all want to be comfortable when we're in our age where we can't do anything or much of anything. And we got to remember this, it's going to take some discomfort to get there. So if we're comfortable now, when the time comes later, we're going to be uncomfortable. So if we're uncomfortable now, and that may last, it may be for a year or 2 or 9 or whatever it is, we'll be comfortable later. Because my guy, he always says, nothing comes to sleep but a dream. I get that too, but sometimes my sister be tired. But I want more. I want more out of life. I want to share, encourage, and engage, have a conversation of realisms, because look, real stuff happens in people's lives. I mean, really, thinking about my past, it wasn't a great past. I grew up poor, or what I thought was poor, and maybe we weren't even really poor, but I think we were, and that may be, misconstrued observation, but that was from a child's point of view. based on what I saw others have. Again, you can't keep up with the Joneses all the time. So what I have to say is I was family rich, knowledge rich, and pocket poor. Pocket poor. How that sound? All right, we gonna start a new trend, and I had to train myself again to move away from the scarcity mindset. I still have to train myself. I have to stop saying certain things because, again, words are power. So when I'm saying I'm broke or I can't do this or I ain't got no money or this and that, I need to stay away from those words because those words are powerful. I can do all things, and everything that I want is in my grasp and I will have it. Everything that I desire, I will have it. I'm looking to success. I have a goal, and this is a tangible goal. My goal, and this is something that I said when I first said it with Susie Orman, was that I'm going to achieve the Saturday lifestyle. Saturday lifestyle, and I'm going to earn between $15,000 and $20,000 monthly. That's a good salary. It's pretty good. I am looking forward to that. It's coming. It's very doable, so I'm not worried about that. A bag just flew off a truck and it hit my car, and it had some nasty stuff on it too. It was wet. It looked like vomit or something. I just cleaned my windows off. I wonder how much of that junk got on the top of my car because it flew up the highway. Like, that was disgusting. Anywho, I'm just nasty truck. I'm just thinking about what it's gonna feel like having that kind of money. I need 11 doors. 11 doors. Now, doors don't necessarily mean properties, It just means streams of cash flow. Residual income is great. Passive income is wonderful. You gotta really just put your work in while you can. That's all I'm saying. Don't let stuff pass you by. Don't let opportunities pass you by. Don't be scared to try things and step out on faith because, listen, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to improve your lifestyle some way. And the best way to do that is to try different ventures and put some work in. Put your sweat equity in. Get your game up. Don't be scared to be adventurous sometimes. Use common sense because there's a lot of rip-offs and things like that out here. Money grabbers, people who are preying on people, who are looking to achieve finances or improve their outlook on life, and they monopolize on weak people. So you gotta just be careful. All right, be selective. Don't fall for anything. You gotta stand for something, or you fall for anything, or you fall for the wrong thing. So just be alert. Something just brought to me the other day, and I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I'm praying for you. That's all I can say. Praying for you. There's a lot of that con stuff, and con games are big. They go bigger than what we can imagine. Watch some TV, like catfish and stuff like that, and you see these people make a living off of doing stuff like that, illegal things that capture people's hearts, minds, and their wallets. You better be careful. That's all I got to say. But on the other hand, I'm just like, wow, I'm depressed now about my drive into work. Not depressed, but I'm annoyed at it. It's a really annoying trip. It was going well when it started, and then I hit traffic, and then for some reason today it's a lot of trucks out here, and these trucks got all kinds of filth and stuff coming off, and it got on my car. I can't stand that, and now it's like a streak on my windshield that won't come off. It's like one long streak, like something nasty or something dirty, sticky, gooey, grimy or something is on my windshield wiper, I guess. And now it's made a permanent streak, and you know how those are. And the thing is tonight is my late night, so I ain't gonna get to go to the car wash. So now I have to look at this annoying streak. I keep putting in washing fluid, but that ain't helping right now. It's just not. So now I'm stuck with the streak on my windshield, looking at a white rainbow across my line of view. Oh, so encourageable. So what are you thinking about? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are your desires? What things are you thinking that you can do, that you need motivation to get done? Don't be scared. Change is good. With changes come growth. With growth comes pain. And then comes beauty. Pressure is good. You know, pressure makes coal into diamonds. Just having that ounce of faith. Speaking of ounce, I left the peroxide. Shit. So yeah, I was trying to save my plant, which is dying. It's getting no oxygen and roots, and I left the peroxide at home. I shouldn't have done that. So I gotta think now. Maybe I'll go to the store. If I go out, I'll stop at the Dollar Tree or something, grab some peroxide so I can put in the water. I learned something yesterday from somebody at work, and I'm trying it out. I want to save a bamboo plant whose roots are strangling. Basically, they're overgrown inside of the container. So I just hope that what I do will improve its oxygen to its roots. Lady's smart, man. I like horticulture. I like the people who could grow stuff. You know, I think it's very powerful. I think that, you know, when you have that kind of knowledge that you can give life to something, even if it's a plant, that's really powerful. Like, it's awesome. My guy can do that. He's really good at growing stuff. He's good at nurturing. That's what he does. He's a nurturer. Whether he knows it or not, he's a nurturer. I watched him with a garden before we moved in with each other, he had a place, and he kept a garden, and I'm telling you, this guy was growing everything. I'm talking strawberries, corn, collard greens, okra, potatoes. I'm like, wow, everything. And everything grew well. Everything just did what it do. I mean, that was nice. It reminded me of my dad. Because my father used to garden. My father was a masoner, and my father was a fisherman. How ironic that I fell in love with and stayed with a guy who did all of the above. That's incredible. So I guess in a way, little girls do look up to their dads and often marry men like their dads. So be good, be a good father, be a good parent. Be somebody strong, be somebody integral, be somebody with value, and be a hard worker, and be somebody. Because if you have little girls, these people are looking up to you, and in their eyes, you are the ideal person in the world. So think about always what your little girl deserves in life. Think about how you want her to be treated as a woman. Think about how you want her to be respected and loved and cared for and protected and provided for. Because if you are exhibiting neglect, abuse of nature, foul language, or degrading women, your woman, your wife, your mate, whatever it is, that little girl in her eyes, it's going to be okay to accept that kind of treatment and live that kind of life, and you don't want that. So again, and obviously it's true. Now I thought about it and I'm like, really, that is really awkward that it's hitting on all those categories, and it never really dawned on me. I mean, there was things about him that I liked that I knew that my dad used to do. I was like, wow, that's crazy. My dad used to do that. But it never really dawned on me. And this is the person I stayed with. This is the person I wound up with for 18 years now. And growing. Amazing, huh? Yeah. So, guys, I just want to give you some kind of value, a talk, a conversation, a topic. These things that I talk about may interest some people, and others they could care less. And okay, I'm fine with that, and I get that. But I just want to say, I talk for a number of reasons. Some of it's therapeutic for me just to talk. Others is to give guidance and help somebody through something, even if it's for one day or one person, or reaches the ears of one other person who's going through things or have gone through things like me, or who may even think like me or can relate. And then for others, again, who want to critique something, hey, I'm here for that too. You can do it, because at least you see me. At least you've heard me. At least it's not in vain, because I see that, people have all kinds of different desires of why they do certain stuff. Whether it's to help somebody or to hurt somebody or to be, just to be in the limelight or whatever their reasons are, whatever their reasons are. Mine, again, is simply just to be here and be a voice for whoever wants to hear it. You guys have a great day.